Welcome to Breaking Ties, a new you after divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support for when the divorce process has finished. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics related to post-divorce. Together, we'll explore the emotional, financial, and legal aspects of life after divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hello and welcome to Breaking Ties, the interview series. This is where we talk with professionals who help, those going through the divorce process, whether it's the middle, beginning, end, doesn't really matter. We're looking for great information and answering your questions that you might have. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And with me today is Gina Positano. And Gina owns her own Gina Positano Designs, which is interior decorating, decluttering, and really working with the space that you have. And she got into this from countless moves, in multiple countries for her ex-husband's job. And really, she's honed her skills immensely during that time. And what's really neat is she's really known for creating stylish and functional clutter-free spaces. So we're going to get some great information this week. This is day one of 5 days of the interview. And we're going to start with introducing Gina. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm doing well.
Excellent. Now, since you are new to the podcast and this is your first episode, how about you share a little about yourself?
Sure. I did start my business 2017, right before I left for another overseas stint. As you said, I did move a lot. I moved countries about every 2.5 years for my ex-husband's job. Great experience. We have 2 amazing kids, but it's definitely a lot. Decluttering, packing up, moving, settling in. So I think I became a pretty big expert on honing my skills with decorating and organizing. And I thought, let me start a business so I can help people do that, make that process as painless as possible. I also got divorced while living overseas, and I know firsthand what it's like to, declutter, split belongings, and set up your new space.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you and I have been through the process, and while we don't recommend it for anybody, it does happen. And, I think people's space after the divorce is something that they don't really think about going through the process. And so giving it a little bit of time here for whatever stage people are at is really kind of neat. And let's start with just this whole, how do you create a new sense of home after a divorce?
Yeah, I think the very first step is to give yourself a little bit of grace. Divorce can be so tough, even if it's amicable. It's such a huge change in your lives and, your kids' lives. So definitely start by taking that deep breath. You're about to embark on a new chapter, and it doesn't need to be so scary or, painful. So I would start by decluttering. Even if your ex has moved out, there might be things in your house that bring up some painful memories or just trigger some, anger, bad memories, that kind of thing. So doing a big declutter, going room to room, it gives you that decluttered feeling in your head, which I love, and just gives your space a nice, refreshed feeling. And some things too, I always think if you maybe bought something together, you're not sure if you should get rid of it, keep it. Again, if you're looking at it, does it bring up some really bad memory? Did you get into a fight over it when you bought it? Or, can you look at it and maybe you bought it together, but you love it and it just makes you feel good. So you keep it in your house and you're fine with it and your kids are fine with it too.
Right. I think you bring up a lot of interesting points as far as, moving on. And, it's not just decluttering your home, let's say. I like it when you said decluttering your mind as well.
Yes.
And that's all part of the process as far as figuring out who you are, what you like, and getting to that next best version of you. Because everybody's unique. And so when you look at it, how does someone go about incorporating their personal style into a new space?
If you're not sure of your design style, or perhaps when you were together, you kind of just went with what he or she wanted, I would start by just looking online or even wandering around some of the stores or looking online at the stores. Pinterest is a great resource. Let's say you love a certain furniture store, you could look at their website and just start getting a little feeling for what style speaks to you, what colors do you like, You can look in your closet. A lot of times the clothes we wear, the colors, that are in our closets are our favorite colors. So that sometimes could be incorporated into your house. You can look at the online paint stores. They have the swatches. So if you love, I don't know, a tan or beige color, you can then look at the room visualization and see how that makes you feel. And from there, you'll get a better idea. Maybe you like the modern style or you like more traditional. You can also go to the paint store and possibly get the physical swatch, tape it on your wall. And I love to tell clients to live with it. Live with it for a week. Go in and out of the room. Sometimes you see it in the daylight, you see it at night, and see how you're feeling about it. And from there, you kind of get that basis point from what you actually like, just your own space.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic example right there you did with the swatch and live with it. It's like you don't actually have to paint the entire room. You just got to get the color in there to see how you react to the color.
Yep. Great idea.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And the information you're providing is really great. And really, this is going to conclude our first day of the interview series. Like I said, this is going to be a 5-part series. Gina's going to be with us each of the next 4 days as well. So you're going to want to tune in and come back and hear what she says, because we have different questions each day that she's going to be sharing her wealth of knowledge. And with that, Gina and I would like to thank you for joining us today on the Breaking Ties interview series. Should you have any questions for Gina, her information is going to be over in the description. So go ahead and reach out to her. She's happy to help. And keep in mind, divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thank you. See you soon.